Howdy there, Coastal Bend. We've got a nice sunrise starting behind me from our Lex Cam overlooking the bridge and aquarium. 78 right now, though it feels a little closer to 80 thanks to our dew point. That dew point, it's going to come back to bite us later today. We've got warm temperatures this morning and just downright hot this afternoon. When we factor in that humidity, our feels like temperatures are going to be very, very hot again. I do have us breaking a record high today by 1 degree, but still it counts. 98 for our high in Corpus Christi, and pretty much anywhere west of Highway 77, y'all are going to be seeing lower 100s again. East of that towards the coast, I expect upper 90s for most folks on the east side of 77. We do have a heat advisory again today for the third day in a row. This is going to go from 12 to 7 o'clock, but does not include the islands, though. It encompasses a much bigger area than the one that was issued yesterday. The reason we're seeing these heat advisories is because not only are our air temperatures going up, so are the humidity levels. So whenever that happens, our ability to sweat, for that sweat to evaporate, goes down because there's already so much humidity in the air and our sweat has to evaporate. That's how our bodies cool off. So if we can't do that, that means then the heat index, what our bodies are reacting to, it feels a lot hotter than it actually is. So hopefully you don't get to this point. You're staying hydrated, taking cool down breaks, but it's very important to know the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat exhaustion, you pretty much just feel kind of blah when you're outside, but heat stroke, one of the main factors of that is you are not sweating and you have a rapid, strong pulse. So at that point, you just want to call emergency services. So hopefully that'll help keep you, your family, and friends safe. Here's a look at our hour by hour heat index forecast for today. Already feeling like the 90s by this morning, feeling like the middle 110s for us here in Corpus Christi today, and even hotter in a couple areas. So very important that you're taking all of those heat safety precautions, checking your back seat before you lock your car, and again, most importantly, staying hydrated. Here's a look at why we're getting so hot. High pressure has built over Mexico the past few days, and it's going to continue to build up towards us. That's driving our temperatures up here in the coastal bend. I want you to notice I do have us hitting 100 for a couple days, and normally I wouldn't do that, but I do think we're going to be seeing enough dry air coming around the top of this high pressure, because as the air comes around the top of the high, it's sinking, and when that happens, it's drying out and heating up. So I think that's going to provide the baseline for us to get to 100. Normally places further inland like Kingsville, Alice, Freer, there's drier air there compared to us right along the coast, so they hit 100 more consistently than we do here in Corpus Christi. That's why we've seen hundreds the past couple days in those areas. High pressure, it's going to hang around through the later part of this week, so I do have us hitting or breaking some high temperature records, including today. I do have us breaking that by 1 degree, as well as Tuesday. Thankfully, we are not touching Wednesday's high temperature of 106. That record, no, absolutely not. And then I do have us at 100 for the rest of the week into next weekend, and 2 of those 3 days, Friday and Saturday, would be breaking old records in the upper 90s. When you add the heat, when you add the humidity on top of that, the heat index is what your body, again, is reacting to. This is going to be in the upper 110s for part of the week, if not just right in the middle 110s. So this is dangerous, if not downright unsafe for us to be out in for extended periods of time. Usually what we're seeing the past couple of days has been a heat advisory, heat index of 110 to 114 in the forecast. So that's what we've been seeing, and I think we're going to see at least that for every day from now through the end of this coming week. But we also may get a few excessive heat warnings thrown in there. This is for a heat index forecast of 115 plus. So I do think we're going to be seeing, unfortunately, a couple of those heading into later this week. Today, it's going to be awfully hot again. Heat advisory from 12 to 7, 98 for our high, and lots of sunshine. So it's going to be beautiful with all the sunshine, just very, very hot with a very high UV index. It's about as high as it can go. So make sure you are wearing sunscreen if you're out and about or heading to the beach or pool to cool off. Water temperatures very, very warm, 87 degrees. The bays will be a little bit choppy, so I think that will give us a red flag for beach conditions. Lots of sunshine through this week. That high pressure combined with the sunshine and drier air, as well as humidity here at the surface, it's going to make for some unsafe heat indices into this coming week.